She said, I normally do my homework in the bathroom because it's the quietest place in my house. But this week the electricity was turned off and it's dark in there. I had a candle, but it burnt out, and I'm sorry. She gazed down, not at her prideful self. I had missed the point. I had not listened when she said, I'm trying, mister. I heard the words, but I didn't listen. Great teachers notice when there's a struggle. They don't make assumptions about what kids can and cannot do. They wait and watch, and they rescue them when they're stuck. Good teachers hear them, but they don't listen. I'll never forget Yvette. I'm grateful because whenever I see an answer of a student like that, I remember her and I listen. This was the most perplexing answer I think I ever received. It happened every year for 10 years. At least one student would put this. A great teacher sings. What are they talking about? I can't sing. So I started saying, wait a second. What do they mean? It wasn't until Danny turned it in as one of his responses. He was the class clown. You know, he was the one that when we took a class picture, he put your fingers behind your head. He would make faces at me during lectures so I would laugh. Everything was a joke to Danny. So when he turned in his responses, and they were all serious and actually really good, I was surprised when this showed up in the middle. But I knew there was something to it. I just didn't know what. So the next day, I put the agenda on the board, listing all the activities of the day, the expectations, and the homework. And instead of actually reading them, very seriously, I sang. In operatic style, big as I could. The eyes of the students were wide, their mouths dropped. But you know what happened? At the end of that, I expected pointing and laughing, but the classroom erupted in cheers and applause. There was a standing ovation. I could not believe it. At the end of class, they walked out, gave me high fives and handshakes, and here came Danny. He walked in and he leaned in and patted me on the shoulder and said, I told you a great teacher sings. Great teachers make themselves humble before their students. They take risks. They put aside their fear to try. They trust that they're going to be supported if they fail. But they don't see this. They see experts, remember? Content experts. What if we hired teachers not to be deep understanding of content, knowledge keepers, but deep understanders of students? How our schools would change and transform. But it's no wonder students don't care, or that teachers don't really listen, because they've never been taught. But what if we did listen? You see, we spend 3 years of a student's life teaching students to read. About 12 years of those students' life teaching them to write. Maybe if they're lucky, they get a semester or half a year learning to public speak. But they get virtual 0 years of formal listening instruction. 0. Think about it. When was the last time you were at a dinner party and someone asked the question, so, what do you do for a living? And this response was, oh, I'm a listening teacher. I teach advanced listening at the high school, advanced listening communications, or beginning listener for elementary. We don't hear this because we just don't believe it in schools. It's important. Though in the world, listening is one of the number one skills essential for business and life, and we just don't teach it. We need to listen to our students. In our classrooms are the future. The Maya Angelous, the Mother Teresas, the Elon Musks of the world. And can you imagine if we took the time to ask those students, what would make a good teacher great. And then we actually listened. We could transform schools and education. Thank you.
As we've just witnessed, a great teacher is someone that listens and builds rapport with their students. They are enthusiastic, willing to take risky behaviors such as singing in the classroom, and incorporate humor when appropriate. They are organized, understanding, sensitive, and eager to learn about their students' perspectives. I hope that by watching this, you're reminded the importance of prioritizing clients' needs and styles of learning the same way the presenter has done to his students, so that we can maximize their learning experience. As we become OTs, we should apply what we learned today and implement these strategies to become effective educators. After all, our profession is grounded in the idea of helping others be able to have a quality of life and teaching them how to do it. Here's a quote we found, and it states, "To teach is to touch a life forever." Take this time to recognize the efforts and choices of your previous teachers and mentors in promoting your learning. As OTs, we too will be creating an impact in our clients' lives, making it vital for us to be invested in providing them the service they deserve. And that's all for today. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask any of us. Have a great rest of your day.